This video, we're going to calculate measures of central tendency of a set of data, including mean, median, mode, and mid-range. And I'm going to show you how to use some of the statistical features of the TI-30 calculator, which I believe is what is recommended for your class. It's very similar to the statistical features that are available in the TI-83, 84 series as well. So let's go ahead and get started with this video. These problems are like those from 12.3, numbers 11, 13, 15, 17, and 19. That would be 11 through 19 odd. So let's first just do this by hand. Let's assume that you don't have a statistical calculator and you want to find the mean. How are we going to do that? We're going to take all of the data in the list and we're going to add it all up. So we're going to find the sum of our x's. So we're going to say 11 plus 11 plus 12 plus 13 plus 15 plus 15 plus 15 plus 16 plus 27. Now you're going to have to watch out because in some of these like TI-30 type calculators and some of the ones that don't have quite as much memory, you're not going to have space necessarily to write out your entire list. So you may have to get part of your list and then add that to the rest of your list because it runs out of characters here on the screen. But we had enough room for everything. So this is 135. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 things in my list. So my x bar is going to be my sum of my x's divided by my n. It's going to be 135 divided by 9. It's going to be 15. So the mean is 15. The median is going to be the middle value. So if I have 9 values, I want the 5th one in my list. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got that by adding 1 and dividing by 2. So 9 plus 1 is 10. 10 divided by 2 is 5. I want the 5th one there. So that's also 15. That gives me 4 pieces of data to the left and 4 to the right. And the mode is also 15 here. When the mean, median, and mode are all the same, it's most likely a normal distribution. Not always, but those are key indicators that we look for. Now, the mid-range, I'm going to have to find the quartiles here. So there was my median, and then I want my middle of my lower half. So I'm going to have to find the average of these two things. So that's going to be 11.5. And the median of my upper things. So that's going to be 15.5. And find the difference between Q3 and Q1, which is going to give me 4. And that'll be my mid-range. My mid-range is Q3 minus Q1. Now, let's talk about how to find some of those numbers in the calculator. I'm going to use my data key, and I'm going to put my data in here. Let me get my eraser so that my circles and things go away here so you can read the list more clearly. All right, so this is 11, and then 11, 12, 13, and then 15 3 times. Then 16, and then 27. So let's go back to my home screen. After I enter that data in, I'm going to go to second stat, and I just want to run one variable statistics. My frequency, everything just occurs one time. There's no second list that gives me my frequency. So I'm going to calculate, and there's my x bar is 15. When we get to standard deviation later, there's my sample standard deviation. There's, if it was a population, what my standard deviation was. There's some of my x's, my sum of my x squareds, my minimum x value. There's my first quartile, which I need to find my mid-range. There's my median. There's my Q3. So the difference between Q3 and Q1 here was that 4. And there's my maximum. So these 5 numbers here, min, Q1, median, Q3, and max are my 5-number summary. If you ever hear me refer to the 5-number summary, and they're what we need for something later called a box and whisker plot. If we draw those, it just shows us how spread out our data is. So I'm going to be using the calculator to answer most of these questions now that I've shown you how to do it by hand. I'm going to let the calculator take care of that. So in this next one, I'm just going to get rid of this data here. And I have, now the data is not in order anymore here in this problem on purpose to make it a little harder for me. Okay. So first thing that if I have a feature to sort my list of data on my calculator, which definitely is there on the 8384 series, then I might want to do that. But I don't think that I have that on this calculator. I do not. So second stat, one variable statistics, and I'm going to calculate here. So my mean is 51 point, and I'm going to round to the nearest tenth, so that's 9. The median is down here a little bit, is 51. There is no mode from what I see. Nope, everything only appears one time, so there's no number that appears most often. And the mid-range is going to be 59 minus 46 is 13. Let's go ahead now and look at our next example here. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, and 16. Clearly, there's not going to be a mode because each number only happens one time. So second stat, one variable statistics, and let's see, X bar is 9, and the median is also going to be 9, and 13 minus 5 is going to be 8. Let's go ahead and let's try and sort these before I put them into the calculator here. 1, 1, 8, 9, 10, 12, 16, 27, 34. So my mode is going to be 1. Let's go ahead and put this data in here. 1, 1, 8, 9, 10, 12, 16, 27, 34. Second stat, one variable statistics, and this should be 13.1. And this is 4.5. No, that's Q1. This is 10. And the mid-range is 21.5 minus 4.5 is 17. And one last problem here. Data is not quite in order, so let's go ahead and get it sorted here. 8, 10, 10, 10, 11, 20, 22, 23. All right, so 8, 10, 10, 10, 11, 20, 22, 23. Second stat, enter. And the mean is going to be 14.25. The median is going to be 10.5. The mode is going to be 10. And the mid-range is going to be 21 minus 10 is going to be 11. All right. That's it for this video, and we will come back next time and we will talk about 12.4. So we will see you for the next video.